go from Balochistan. So indeed at this juncture, the situation is absolutely tense, and now it needs to be seen whether the signing of this trilateral payment agreement between Uzbekistan, Afghanistan, and Pakistan railway project will be fruitful or not. This needs to be seen.
All right, fair enough. Well, in the latest development, Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta has met the Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in the national capital. We are also learning that the Union Minister assured Chief Minister Gupta of full cooperation for development of the national capital. Furthermore, information also suggested that rupees 600 crores will be sanctioned from the centre for development of New Delhi. Mehndi Garg, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast to give us more details about this. Mehndi, the double engine ki sarkar concept at play here, I think.
Well, indeed, Vineet, big meetings are underway right now because Delhi Chief Minister, Rekha Gupta has just met Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, and this was an important meet regarding the development works in the national capital because now the Union Minister has assured the Chief Minister Rekha Gupta of full cooperation for the development of Delhi, and indeed the double engine ki sarkar will fulfill all the promises that have been done as per the Delhi government, because the Union Minister has promised that 600 crores budget will be received from the centre soon for all the developmental work that Delhi government plans to do in terms of the betterment of the people and the working of the also governance. Yes, Anil.
All right, Mehndi, appreciate you joining us. Well, India has hit back at NATO's statement which said that countries buying Russian oil could face sanctions. Addressing a press conference, Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Mr. Randhir Jaiswal said that our energy security is the overriding priority for us. We caution against any double standards on the issue. Let's listen in to what the spokesperson had to say.
Let me reiterate, and I've said this in the past as well, securing energy needs of our people is understandably an overriding priority for us. In this endeavor, we are guided by what is there on offer in the markets, as also by the prevailing global circumstances. We would particularly caution against any.
All right, in a shocking revelation, the Karnataka government has pinned the blame on royal challengers Bengaluru and cricketer Virat Kohli for the deadly stampede at the Chinnaswamy Stadium that left 11 people dead and over 50 injured, stating in its report to the High Court that the franchise organised the victory parade unilaterally and without prior police permission. The report, which the government initially wanted sealed, was made public after the High Court ruled there was no legal basis to keep it confidential. It highlights a series of lapses by RCB and its organisers, including social media posts that misled fans about entry protocols, resulting in chaotic crowd surges. The report states that RCB merely informed the police about a potential victory parade on the 3rd of June, the day the team won the IPL title after 18 years, instead of submitting a formal request as required by law. Let's in fact take a look at what exactly the report states, and then of course we'll talk with our guests on what this means for the RCB. Well, so who's being held responsible? That is of course a snapshot from the day this deadly stampede took place. A number of people died, and of course RCB was the one that won the title after 18 long years. They were the ones who beckoned this crowd. They wanted to celebrate this, and the people of Karnataka, the people of Bangalore, of course, were waiting for almost 2 decades for this day to arrive. And the day it did, it brought about a sense of relief, but it also brought back a lot of problems because the event in itself was a disaster. We'll talk about this with our guest. Joining us on the show is Shekhar Vijayan, sports journalist and commentator, Satya Prakash, spokesperson of the Congress Party, Dr. Sudha Halai, spokesperson of the BJP Karnataka, and Mr. M.K. Mina, former IPS, is also joining us on the broadcast to talk more about this. Shekhar, I'll begin with you. Well, first up, do you principally concur with the fact that a team needs to be more responsible in making such declarations if unilaterally they have gone on and summoned and beckoned their fans to come and celebrate without consulting the police or the administration at the Chinnaswamy Stadium? Then it's abjectly wrong of them to do so, and they will be and they should be held responsible. Shekhar.
Thank you, Vinny. Thank you for having me over. I think first thing first, this is 11 lives were lost, right? And this tragedy could have been prevented. The second thing is, I think governance is the most important thing here. About the teams going ahead and announcing and saying that, we will have a roadshow and this is what it did. I think it's just not done. We have seen what's happened post that, the stampede, the kind of ruckus which has been created, the amount of people who've been killed and the lives which have been lost. So I think it goes without saying that there has to be a responsibility. And like Spider-Man says, with great power comes great responsibility. RCB should have really actually planned this out in a better manner. And the fact that, nobody's taking responsibility for this now. The government is not taking responsibility. Everybody's passing the buck. They're talking about RCB. The government is not, even pointing. There's a report which has come out, of course, where they talk about the fact that, Virat Kohli is responsible, or, there's a declaration which has come in from RCB. But the larger picture is, where is the governance? Where is the accountability? Where is the responsibility? Why is nobody even talking about a system which should be in place for an event of such a magnitude? What is the guarantee that this event may not happen again? What is the guarantee that such a problem may not happen again? This could have been avoided. Many I'm from Bangalore and I've been to Chinnaswamy Stadium, and there are multiple gates where people can, get in from. And we've discussed this in the past that there were various ways of doing this. But somehow I think the government was just, dragging the feet on this. They didn't want to take responsibility for it. They didn't want to take accountability for it. RCB is also equally responsible for a brand which is so big, for a brand which is so large, for a brand which is so popular. They could have thought a lot before, doing this. Yes, they were excited because they were winning this after 18 long years. But that doesn't mean you just do this because you want to get more brand mentions. You want more people to, view your, view the victory parade and do things around it. Knowing the infrastructure, how it's in Bangalore, everybody knows about the infrastructure in Bangalore, how it's creaking, how it's breaking. And the Chinnaswamy Stadium, the way it's ergonomically designed, the way it is right in the middle of the city, speaks for itself. It was a walking disaster. The fact that the celebration happened, lives were being lost, just goes to show that there was no empathy, there was no, there was no accountability, there was no responsibility. And I think the culprits need to be taken to task. We have been talking about this, but I think there needs to be a plan in place, there needs to be a system in place to ensure something like this does not ever happen in the future.
Dr. Sudha Halai, do you think the RCB should be held responsible? And, there is an element of criminality as well to the culpability here, that a team, took these independent calls to summon people like this. But can the administration at this point in time be totally let off? Even if there was a call by a team, shouldn't they have stopped it? Shouldn't they have said, no, you can't do this. This will be too risky. It's too short a turnaround period.
Exactly. What you're saying is absolutely right. They should have absolutely denied. They should have said no to the celebration, because the police had immediately, they had told that they'll not be able to handle the crowd because they don't have the logistic numbers of how much of the crowd is going to be gathered over there. And all the police were absolutely tired, doing the patrolling of the celebration on the previous night. And the question here is, when they're doing the blame game for the RCB, for the DNA and the Karnataka State Cricket Association, they're not taking any blame on themselves. Let us be very clear, the Congress has been always doing this blame game when it comes to the Election Commission, when it comes to the EV machines, when it comes to the Supreme Court, and now it is Virat Kohli and all these organizations. My question is, why did the Chief Minister, Mr. Siddaramaiah, and the Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, tweet that all of you join for the celebration? And when Mr. D.K. Shivkumar wanted to celebrate in the stadium, Siddaramaiah took no step behind to say that they're going to celebrate on the steps of the Vidhan Sabha. Let me tell you, today, after the 2 years of this government, there is a coalition government. There are two people, that is Mr. Siddaramaiah and Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, who want to take the credit for all the victories over here. It was as if they have won the RCB after 17 years. But when this unfortunate event has taken place, where 11 innocent children and people have lost their life, they are absolutely into escape routes. This is not accepted. They should have been equally responsible, saying that this cannot be handled, when they knew how difficult it is going to be, because I had seen the earlier day celebration as well. So Congress has always been knowing for the blame game what they've been playing, and now the commission, what they have found, it is very important. the Khanna and the Nagmohan Das Commission, we already knew what report they're going to give. Because see, almost all the cases, this is the same legal commission which is being formed because they are going to give this tailor-made report of what the government wants. That is what has been happening till date. And now that the Sumoto case has been registered by the High Court and they gave the reports in the sealed envelopes, it was not absolutely required because they know they're doing something wrong over there. That's the reason they gave it in the sealed reports. And now that it is come open, now they're blaming Virat Kohli also for this matter. How ridiculous it is. They know how to take the circumstantial benefit and how they have been manipulative in all the cases over here. And especially this, they should have been sympathetic. And the commissioner, the most innocent and efficient Dalit commissioner, Dayanand sir, due respect to him, he was suspended. They don't take any step to cut throat of anybody's when it comes to, they being charged for any of the thing. Take it the Muda case, take it Valmiki Nigam,
Right,
or take it anything.
let me also get a response from Mr. Satyaprakash on this as well. Mr. Satyaprakash, the capacity on paper on the schematics of the Chinnaswamy is around 32,000. On a good day, if you squeeze tight and if it's a high stake match, you can put 40,000 people in Chinnaswamy. The day of the Stampede, sir, there were 3 lakh people inside Chinnaswamy and outside Chinnaswamy as well. Do you think that should have, rang alarm bells with the organizers as well as the authorities and the administration that this was a disaster in waiting, sir?
Good evening, Vineet. Let me make one thing very clear. Our BJP spokesperson has lied. This is not a coalition government. This is a Congress full-fledged government in Karnataka. Second thing is, the whole national media bombarded the state government for the stampede. Today, truth has prevailed. You cannot suppress truth for long. The BJP spokesperson is belittling Justice Kunaho, who has 35 years of, absolute legal expertise. He is the retired justice of the High Court. Belittling people with such huge legal expertise is a shame. We need to also understand who is responsible for this. This is not the report given to High Court is not Karnataka government's report. It is Justice D. Kunoha's report, who spent into continuously what has happened a day. It's very clear from day one Congress government has been saying, we have given permission. There were 2 events. One event in front of the event in Chinnaswamy Stadium. The permission was given for one event. The other event had no permission whatsoever. The Kapan Park police inspector has no right to say that we have only got a request. But was the permission given? Was the permission given? What is the capacity? As you rightly said, the whole capacity of Chinnaswamy Stadium is just 35,000. For the tweet that RCB gave, how many responses came in Twitter? 45 lakh. Just imagine. And who is responsible for giving tickets or free passes? The case is RCB is responsible. It is not government's responsibility. Government's responsibility is to give security. But still, if you say, in spite of not giving permission, why did the police work? It is in people's interest. The intelligence chief said that more than 4-5 lakh people have thrown. KCA just at their hands. RCB and KCA just shut all the doors. The stampede happened because they shut the doors. What is the capacity of KCA? And they should have invited only 35,000 people. Or they should have put tickets in place. Only 35,000 tickets should have been given. Instead, they made it free for all. The other thing that RCB did, which Justice Sudha said is, at 3:15, they said only for passes. When the show was only for passes, how many passes did you give? You should have given only 35,000 passes. But how many 3.5 lakhs people are there? And why were you consistently defeated using the police name? RCB, neither KCA, neither Virat Kohli or anyone is beyond the law of the land. What does the law of the land say? That you have to seek written permission from the police authorities. Have you seek written permission from the police authorities? No. No question. No one is taking responsibility. The Karnataka government has the responsibility. It has shunted out the police commissioner. It has shunted out the DCP. It has shunted out the intelligence for not giving right reports. Mr. Sudha Kai has gone on record to say the person met him on body, but no information was given. This is clear lacuna from the government front, and we have the responsibility for it. The whole
All right.
police
Okay. Let me also get another perspective, Mr. Mina. About 1,400 police personnel were deployed around the stadium, and approximately 3 lakh people showed up to this facilitation. Do you think that's enough? 1,400 people for 3 lakh people?
In fact, if any grand celebration takes place, it doesn't take place all of a sudden. Celebration and parade will be held tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Police is given time. It is police, they have to plan. It is organizers, they have to actually explain how private guards and security will be deployed, where deployed, and for each and every place, they have to explain to police, then only permission is granted. In this particular case, RCB's response is no doubt about it, because the management of RCB has hushed up. Even they are in hurry to celebrate. They could have postponed for 1 or 2 days so the police can get time. In fact, if I hear that they applied for permission and it is in media, I don't know what is the exact situation. Some police officer denied permission, and they were not granted permission. They considered it is implied permission. Until unless you get a writing from police, no organization can conduct any celebration, anything, anywhere in the city. But they went ahead because, in my opinion, it was because of government was also in touch with the management. So it has happened because of confusion. I don't know what exactly has happened. But police was, when senior officers, senior leaders are with the team, police officers are also closed. They also become confused what to do. In that case, they only allow permission. What happens, what exactly has been discussed between top police officers and the government before celebration, we don't know. But one mistake police has committed. They should have, whenever they were giving tweets in media, police should have immediately clarified that no permission is granted in Bangalore city, nobody should attend. This I could not see anywhere any report, because this was the responsible police to immediately come out, so that public should have been clear that no, police has not given permission. Now it is saying the police did not give permission and they applied. It is wrong. They should have given that time. But in fact, by suspending senior officers of highest level, the commissioner and others level, it was not in good taste. It is not professional decision. It was hurried decision. It had demoralized whole Bangalore police, whole Karnataka police, because top police commissioner is suspended. It gives very wrong message, because they are making arrangements, and police is not a magic until unless you give resources. You have to give resources. The government has to tell very clearly police that don't allow this march. On the one hand, government leaders are in touch with team. They are also not conducting. Government is fully aware about this, what is going on. So it is not fault of police. Police has denied. The SHO, as per report, I don't know how much is true. I could hear in some paper, the SHO denied in the night, no permission is not granted to you. And in fact, they should have followed this. They should have got in full. But it is in fact, because of confusion, it has taken place. Now blaming senior officers by suspending and giving message to others that we have taken action because of a stampede. It is not good. They should not have suspended DCP. They should not have suspended senior officers, including commissioner. In my opinion, I have also remained as a police officer, but no action is taken like that. Because first you inquire, and if it's really fault, then you take action. Okay. But simply just taking action, it has demoralized total whole police.
But Shekhar, even Virat Kohli has been sort of embroiled and pulled into this entire criminality. Is it fair, for a person like Virat Kohli to be, brought into this just because, he's been a prominent member of the RCB ever since its inception, perhaps the only player that comes to my mind who is stuck with just one team. Did you think it's fair to bring Virat Kohli into this as well?
See, I think they were just looking at somebody to blame. See, it's so ironic, Vineet. At one point, you're putting the Mysore Pet on his head. The government was doing what they can to shower him with praises, and they were acknowledging his contribution in RCB's victory in the finals, and here they're blaming him for it. Like I said, with great power comes great responsibility. It's also important that the government takes responsibility for this and make sure that it all boils down to logistics, boils down to governance, boils down to planning ahead. They didn't do that. Now they're just looking at a scapegoat. They're looking at Virat Kohli, making sure that put the blame on somebody who's not there and just let it pass. But this is not how it's really going to work, because I think people are able to understand this. Bangaloreans are able to understand this. Social media is so quick nowadays. You know what's going on around you. And like you had mentioned earlier, I think the stadium is such a small stadium, and you have 3 lakh plus people in the stadium, which is logistically not possible, right? And even the police staff was understaffed because of the celebration which happened in the previous day. So we're talking about a stadium which was overutilized. We were talking about police staff which was underutilized, of course, because they were tired after the previous day's celebrations. And here you're blaming Virat Kohli because he told his fans through a social media post that please come in. Yes, he has to exercise caution in the future. Brands have to be very careful, especially sporting brands, looking at the infrastructure of a state like Bangalore. But then, we have had parades like this in the past. We've had parades like this in Bombay and in other cities. There's been no problem there. Here, the government just doesn't want to take responsibility, just doesn't want to take accountability, is blaming everything and putting everybody under the bus except themselves. And I think that's going to be more important rather than, focusing on Virat Kohli or any other sporting giant. But Virat Kohli has to obviously exercise caution in the future. I'm sure he'll be more careful. I'm sure he has understood, how serious is his impact. And even a brand like RCB has to be careful about what kind of message they put out. Because if they put out a message, it's also incumbent on the state government to make sure that they have the logistic to take care of things. They were just ready to make sure that they take full political mileage out of this. They had a big celebration in outside the stadium, inside the stadium, and then even in the Vidhan Sauda. So it's all happened while the deaths were happening. So it's very ironic. At one point you're celebrating him, and now when you have somebody to put under the bus, you put him there and say he's responsible.
Let me also get a response from Dr. Sudha Halai on what the other panelists, including Mr. Satyaprakash, said. Dr. Halai, how would you respond to what Mr. Satyaprakash has said, that this is not solely to be blamed on the government? There are a multitude of factors, but the fact of the matter is, this is not an argument or a debate that you can take to the families of the people who lost their lives.
I would like to tell that I've told earlier also, it is very ridiculous and they have been very manipulating. Let us not get into the blame game and let us come into the reality. I being a mother, I being a doctor, I'd like to say there was no medical arrangements done over there. First thing. Second thing is, the most inhuman part was the Deputy CM, celebrating the victory inside the stadium when the stampede had already taken place. The death had already taken place and the death toll was rising one by one. And before that also, we could see there was a competition among the family members of the CM and the Deputy CM to take the selfies with the cricket players. For that, they were all in the forefront. But when to take the responsibilities of what has happened, they don't want to take the responsibility at all. How is this possible? This is absolutely not accepted. And the Deputy CM, if they knew there was a lapses, then why did he go and welcome all the cricket players to the airport? All this is well and good when the victory is there, when they want to say that they want to show it to the people that, we are with the RCB in the celebration, they want to take all the credit. But when the innocent lives have been lost, and especially the parents, it is unimaginable to think about the situation of the parents who have lost their children over there. And the government is absolutely not ready to take the responsibility. Not a single medical emergency situation was there. They should the CM and the Deputy CM should have come to the ground when such thing was going on over there. They could have airlifted the patients. They have not done that. Instead, they're still into the blame game.
All right, fair enough. We've run out of time, but definitely this is something that shouldn't have happened. This is something that could have been done in a more organized, in a more civil fashion. We've run out of time. Would have loved to continue talking about this with our guests. We'll take a short break now. Be right back.
The Uttar Pradesh government, led by Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, is powering the future by creating thousands of new jobs for our youth. By providing government jobs and supporting self-employment ventures, it is making sure that every young dream finds a path to success.
पारदर्शी भर्ती ने उत्तर प्रदेश के नौजवान को उत्तर प्रदेश के विकास के लिए समर्पित कर दिया है।
In the past 8 years, 8.5 lakh young adults secured government jobs. Of this, 95,000 jobs were provided by the UP Public Service Commission and 2,16,000 new appointments were made in the police department. Entrepreneurs are being provided interest-free loans to the tune of 5 lakh rupees. Infrastructure support and innovative skill development programs have resulted in 2 crore jobs across 96 lakh MSME units. The Yogi Adityanath-led government is scripting new success stories and realizing the vision of a developed India.
टेस्टो सोया चांप, टेस्ट मीन्स टेस्टो। अब स्वाद और सेहत एक साथ। नॉन फ्रोजन, नो प्रिजर्वेटिव्स, शुद्ध सोया से बना, प्रोटीन से भरपूर, सेहत का नया स्वाद। सोया चांप, द अल्टीमेट सोर्स ऑफ प्रोटीन, अ पैकेट ऑफ हैप्पीनेस। टेस्टो सोया चांप।
Under the leadership of Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, Uttar Pradesh is playing an important role in making India self-reliant. Gautam Budh Nagar is shaping up to become a global semiconductor hub.
आज उत्तर प्रदेश डाटा सेंटर के एक बड़े हब के रूप में स्थापित हुआ है।
India's 6th semiconductor plant is going to be built on 48 acres of land in Noida. A chip manufacturing unit is being set up with an investment of rupees 3,700 crores. This plant will manufacture display driver chips for mobile phones, laptops, cars, PCs, medical equipment and a myriad of other devices. 20,000 wafers and 36 million units will be produced per month. The plant is expected to create more than 4,000 direct jobs. Hospitality, transport and service industries will benefit at the local level. As India moves forward in its journey to develop this strategically vital industry, Uttar Pradesh is emerging as a future semiconductor hub.
आज नक्सलवाद भी भारत में अपनी अंतिम सांसें गिन रहा है।
मैं सबसे पहले एक बात इस सदन में जिम्मेदारी के साथ बताना चाहता हूं, 21 मार्च 2026 को इस देश से नक्सलवाद समाप्त।
ये बहुत ही घने जंगल है यहाँ पे। तो तुम्हारा नाम क्या है? One common conclusion that we can draw inside the jungles at this time of the hour at night